Welcome back. Tonight we get wicked.
I mean, technically he's by, but the 12-inch horse dildo is really throwing you off.
Yeah. That conversation was definitely happening.
That was a real thing we were talking about. For sure.
Absolutely.
She was.
So, last time you guys went through a bit of a clusterfuck. Well, actually, three of you did. Kobe just kind of walked in, got treasure, and walked out. There was a very large gap in the luck for this group last week. Some of you went through drastic consequences, including losing some loot here and there, and Carpolomew actually became a ghost.
I forgot about that.
So he's not technically really dead. Has he actually died? It's hard to tell.
Have I even really lived?
Have you really even lived? It's true. You certainly have become a ghost, though.
It's like getting converted to a vampire.
Yeah, you just go straight to vampire. You do not pass dead. You do not collect $200, and so on and so forth.
Slap a ghost template on me and we're good to go.
Exactly.
You don't gain $200 for dying. You pay the American government $200 for dying.
Yes. So you did escape with the chalice of some strange properties, but the liquid inside, which seemed to be the true special parts of it, were unfortunately lost during your escape.
Drank.
Yes, drank. You got some other treasure along the way, but all in all, that raid on the now G B&B, because the building burnt down and now is a ghost building, was not particularly successful. You all got away with your lives, and you got away with some treasure, but was it worth it? Only time will tell. You did get chased out of there, basically, by a bunch of ghosts. You're pretty sure the dragon saw you flying overhead, both there and back.
Impossible.
And you tried to frame the whole situation from your previous crazy raid in Carptown on either the B&B or the UPS or both. There was some kind of... you're just trying to make them hate each other, basically. By planting some evidence, but again, that didn't go super well. So you have three very powerful factions right now.
It went perfectly.
It went perfectly, exactly. And no minions were lost in the making of that episode.
I don't think we broke any magical swords this time, so
This time, that's true.
it's a
No,
step
I
up.
planted the magical sword and their badge
Exactly.
right on that thorny bush.
So you all are pretty sure, even though you've made it home safely and you've got a little bit of time to recuperate and plan, your home base is not going to be safe for long. You can very safely assume that at least one of those factions is going to send somebody out to get you pretty soon. So, last time we handled the loot rolls and all of that, I believe, because people have like dark hearts and
Yes.
gold and stuff. I think we spent down to 0 on that before. So we handled the loot rolls, so that means we can go straight into downtime at this point. And everyone will get your standard downtime activities before the next, perhaps, death squad arrives to raid your dungeon. So, if you want any last minute dungeon enhancements, now's probably a good time to do.
Okay.
Continue messing with this shocky dome.
Yeah, how close are you on that?
Halfway.
That's pretty good.
I continue tinkering with it. This time I'm going to see if it's sentient by constantly telling it it's a nerd. But then I'm going to throw a minion at it every time to see if they get shocked harder.
Okay, you're testing to see if it can hear you. Fair enough. I mean, that sounds like tinkering to me, right? You're tinkering with the rules of it, trying to figure them out.
Crit.
The crit, I believe, is 3 segments.
Yee
Double
boy.
check that, but I think that's accurate.
How close are you there?
It's
Cody?
shocking the minions in Morse code. Interesting.
It needs one more.
I'll give you one.
Yeah, so you get extremely close. You're going to take the one from Metal then. So you complete your understanding of this Thunderdome. And it appears that, well, you find out very quickly the one simple rule that it has is when you give it a sacrifice of some kind, it will summon lightning. So this becomes a new tier 3 room, which it already technically is, but somebody can write it down on their sheet as a room they manage.
I might as well do it.
Or we can write it down on the dungeon sheet, but whoever wants to take care of it can take care of it.
Probably need the marker for later.
Yes, thank you. So you've got the Thunderdome. And the Thunderdome, you can give it a sacrifice, which would usually be like gold or something, would be an easy way to do it. But you can make an argument. The one thing it won't do sacrifices of for like big mechanical effects is your imps, because your imps are infinite. So
They're
there's not
infinite.
gonna- yeah, they're not a big enough sacrifice for the Thunderdome to care. But if you give it gold or something, you could change the weather at a location, or you could summon lightning down to strike a target.
Nice.
What if I feed you these 30 living creatures? Nah. What if I give you this one coin? Now we're talking.
Well, the 30 living creatures unfortunately do not possess souls, so it's not a great deal for it.
It's like, what if I
have
offered
that.
you 10 pieces of popcorn or $5?
Are we out of human slaves now?
I think you lost all of your dudes at this point. I
What
was tracking that.
Type is that?
What type is what?
Is it a
Is
trap?
the room?
Technically, it's a dungeon tier 3 room, so it's kind of like getting an extra upgrade on your dungeon, but so it could go there instead, or it could go on your sheet. It doesn't really matter either way. It doesn't really function as a trap at the moment. I mean, people walking in there might work with
Yeah.
it. Let's call it a tier 3 trap. Why not? So people might go in there and they might experiment with it. We'll just consider that a secondary benefit of it. Since it kind of has already gotten you that way, and it got the previous adventurers that way. So
Yeah.
We need to make a sign in light tongue that describes the process of sacrificing someone to it, but have it say that it's going to energize them.
So we have 2 different features in our dungeon that ask the adventurers to sacrifice something to it. Like, at what point do we need to convince the adventurers that there's like a jackpot somewhere in the dungeon if you sacrifice the right thing? So just because you've gotten blasted 7 times by 7 different things doesn't mean that you should stop sacrificing. It means you're very close to getting the jackpot.
true.
99% of adventurers stop right before finding our treasure.
There's a pity reward like gotchas.
Pity reward is a corpse.
You just put like a gotcha banner hanging over the Thunderdome, like click here to see the rates of pity.
It's a scantily clad kobold.
You could get this SSS plus rank kobold.
Only 17 more before you can rank it up to 2 stars.
There's an A ranked unit that's just Kobe in the dragon costume from before.
We can make this work.
Yeah,
Isn't that the most pitiful cry?
Bad for him.
he
Yep.
desires the feta.
He really do. I would like to finish teaching the Rat Queen to talk. I only have 1 segment left on that clock.
All right.
I know it's probably not going to directly help us survive what's about to come, but I cannot resist.
Yeah. So I think, technically speaking, okay, there is a possibility to get 0 ticks here. So yes, go
Okay.
ahead and roll for it, and we'll see.
All right. I want to use my new ghostly visage to terrorize the Rat Queen into speaking. You are going to speak or torment, darkness. That's probably not very threatening to a Rat Queen.
You never know.
Bad things will happen.
Turns out she's terrified of ghost fish.
4.
A 4. Okay, so a mixed result is 1 tick.
Okay, that is
See
enough
if
to
we can-
finish it.
So you finish teaching the Rat Queen to speak the Dark Tongue, I suppose, right?
Yes.
So you give this threat to the Rat Queen, and she is like, immediately her eyes go wide, and she's like, "No, no, master, not the darkness, not the void. What
Excellent.
knowledge would you have of me, master?"
I hadn't thought we'd get this far. I'll get back to you on that.
Very well.
Yeah.
Continues to gather the rats around her.
Do you have any suggestions for the dungeon? What would you like to see happen around here? We want to make this a better place for all of our denizens and improve our chances of becoming the tyrannical masters of this land.
I am
Maybe
honored.
a casino. That
by
might
your-
be we could bring
Ooh.
it up maybe maybe multiple people want a casino around here added. I don't know.
I would sign that petition, yes. I am honored that you would ask for my guidance, my wisdom. I think you should probably figure out this cult shit.
The what?
She just gestures. She just shifts to the side, and there are 4 different rats that all have clearly different cult uniforms on.
Yes.
They're your kids, bitch.
I
goddamn
command
parenting.
that you take a census of the cultists of various denominations, and we'll figure out which ones have the best support. And
Very well.
if you can get a list of requests from each of them, also that would be helpful.
It will be so.
Really want to maybe nip this in the bud before we have a civil war when we also have people on our doorstep. Also, I can just imagine them all racing on a little track.
What?
Oh, we could
Cult
take
racing.
bets. Yeah. Anyway, I'll get back to you. Thank you for your counsel, Rat Queen.
The casino also sounds good, though.
Yes. Let's not forget the important things.
I have a bonus downtime that can only be used to craft. And I would like to make a spray bottle that spritzes amnestics and anesthetics at the same time, so I can knock people out and make them forget I was ever there.
Okay, okay.
Why are you making roofies?
Portable stealth.
It's like the Men in Black
Yes.
stick. Just
Does it
Yes,
seem like
except
something
it's
Kobe would
chemicals.
It's chemical, just spray its own
It's
face.
a neuralizer and a nebulizer.
The heroes are gonna come in and Kobe's gonna date rape them.
Oh,
I
no.
hope not.
Don't
And
want
just long enough so you can steal their, furry
Yeah.
little creatures.
I only know
They read
2 extra words in light tongue: kneecaps and rohypnol.
Oh no. So yes, a potion of forgetfulness in the spray bottle. You can absolutely.
Forgetfulness, and it knocks them out.
Yes,
Because if they forget who I
Yes.
am and then see me, I'm still in trouble.
they
Then you
forget
gotta spray 'em
to
again.
be awake.
Just to knock them
Yeah.
out and wipe their memory.
I know what that's like.
It's like it's a potion of sleeping and a potion of forgetfulness.
Yes.
And there's like a twisty straw that twists them up together into a spray bottle.
Nice.
How many ticks is?
That sounds pretty powerful. I think that would be like an 8. If you want something that can instant knock someone out and make them forget things.
Well, here goes the craft. Probably tinker. There's no
Yeah. I
other
think-
chemicals involved here.
So I think this would be a tier 3 item because of how strong it sounds. And so for that, I need to give it or we need to collaboratively come up with a, what do you call it? It's the opposite of an edge. It's a, there's a downside to it basically.
So you're going to come and attack us and discover us all passed out from his.
Like your gun is.
Is it a
like-
flaw?
Right.
Is that what they're called?
It might be a flaw. It's something like that.
Yeah, it says edges and flaw for vehicles. So I assume.
It's a volatility for contraptions, which I guess this would be. A volatility is for contraptions and concoctions.
Gotcha.
So, volatilities are basically downsides. So we could try to figure out what its possible dangerous downside is.
It has a chance to backfire and make you visible through walls. It gives everybody a wall hack on you if it backfires.
What if?
It makes a black void bubble around you so you can't be seen. Nobody knows what you look like.
What
but
if
there's
it's what
Not
if
like
it's
a fail chance, just like a thing that's innately wrong with it. It would be like
your
they
clothes
wake
don't turn
up
invisible.
and they don't know I did it, but they think something much worse happened. So if we get discovered by other people, there's bigger blowback.
So maybe it has volatility nightmares.
Yes.
Okay, yes, there's even bigger stuff.
They
I like
imagine
that.
you as a Chad dragon.
So if we still got away scot free, it's like, well,
Yeah.
even worse things happen. But if other people figured out who we are, now they have a bigger case against us
Yes.
of stuff
I
we
like
didn't even
that.
do.
Makes sense to me.
Side effects: horrific night terrors.
Yes, the night terrorist, the other side of the door here.
Yes.
All right. Gladys, Metal, you have any downtime actions to take?
I'd like to add a trap to this bar area
Okay.
that they pass through.
Just like a tier 1 trap really
Yeah.
quickly? Or okay, sounds good.
Is
So-
that like,
No, in the bar area itself, I want to add like
oh, so like
yeah,
here?
As they
cheese
come in
and
the door.
wine on the tables that
So what if we,
poisons them.
like,
What are you doing?
Yeah.
can we do like that? Or are we just taking a room that exists and adding a trap to it?
No,
You
just
can
adding
just,
a trap
you can
to
just add
the
a trap to it. yeah.
Okay.
You built the
Sorry,
wall.
I ruined it.
That's okay. Maybe
This
that's
is
part
the
of
this is the
trap.
steps now that go.
Oh, I like it.
multi-tiered room. Fancy.
I got a
Tables on it.
5 and 2 1s
On what?
on rolling for that.
Oh
Dude.
yeah, you're supposed to roll for that. Yeah, so 5 is 1 tick.
Yeah.
Yay. Do you have like increased effect on crafting rolls from anything? Because that would be an extra tick. But I
No.
don't think so. Okay.
I can ignore volatility though.
Oh, so you could actually, if you can ignore volatility, when does that situation apply?
It costs me a stress.
Oh, okay. So you could.
That's like
ignore
my
that.
base thing is I can ignore its
Yeah.
volatility for a
Mhm.
stress.
So you can pay stress to not have the downsides of that makes sense. Did we write down what the volatility of the gun was? I think it was either loud or dangerous, but I can't remember.
I would think it's that
How could a gun
it bounces
be
a gun
either?
everywhere.
Yeah.
So
So dangerous.
dangerous.
Okay. So you could ignore the dangerous, volatility by.
I could, but I keep critting with it, so
That's true. So yeah, we can put a trap in there. You said like cheese on a table,
Yeah,
just like a
something
giant
that'll-
mouse trap.
It looks very inviting, but it gives them debilitating gastrointestinal effects.
It's just poison cheese.
Poison cheese.
Or is
yeah.
it just cheese you left on a counter?
I mean, it's cheese that's here.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I see.
it's cheesing. It's
Is it really
Cheese-ins.
cheese?
cheesing.
Cheese.
Is it really cheese or is it some white fungus you've scraped off a wall?
Isn't that just cheese?
So-
same thing.
We're kobolds. We don't know what that is.
Describe to me what action you're taking to create this cheese trap.
Well,
Are you gonna go?
I mean, brew is on the downtime projects.
Yeah. Which one of your skill actions though? Like one of your
I assume that's Tinker,
Tinker would make sense to me if
although
you're
I have
concocting
0 dots in it.
That's
so
okay.
What
You're-
could possibly go wrong?
Absolutely nothing.
I'm gonna
be
Walter White
flawless.
this cheese.
If I fail, I
Have you ever
make
seen
perfectly
blue
healthy
cheese before? It's 99.9%.
Yeah, your failure cheese
What
will,
do you,
will heal them.
I mean, there's potential options for you, like
You make
going
it.
out and trading to buy really stinky cheese. Or
Oh, I'm
something,
making
right?
cheese out of rat queen milk.
Okay, I see. That's definitely Tinker then. Okay, so roll 2 dice, stick lower.
If you fail, it's too good, and our
3.
minions eat it.
3. So, you fail to make it on your first try here, but you can. Right now, the consequence for that is just you don't make it. But I believe with crafting a tier 1 item like this, you can push the roll basically. And try to roll again, but if you fail the second roll, you'll actually take consequences for it. Like maybe you get poisoned by
That
it or
sounds fun.
something like that.
Oh, that's nothing to see here.
It wasn't another failure. Oh, 1, okay. So, yes, you try to make this cheese, and the first time you try to make it, it's not stinky enough, it's not appealing enough, it doesn't look like good cheese, so you just put that one aside, you don't even bother. You try again, and it looks really good, and then you realize, like, we have to test it to make sure, and you just kind of absentmindedly take a bite of it, and then you feel immediately sick. You're just shitting your pants within seconds.
And you forget how you made that, so you can't even do it again.
Well,
That's exactly
there's- Yes.
what I was going for.
Exactly. So you know it's possible, but unfortunately you didn't make enough for this
Ate
time
all
to
of it.
put it out.
Awesome.
So go ahead and take. I think shock to guts makes the most sense, right?
They're
Yeah.
pretty shocked, yeah.
Your guts are pretty darn shocked right now.
But I get a
They're
little
empty.
line in Tinker even if I fail.
Yes.
Look at you.
As long as you have 0 dots, so yes, you get a line on that.
I have a line here and I don't know why. Is that not supposed to be there because I
That's
have the
not,
filter?
yeah,
Okay.
you're not supposed to have a line
I
trick
heard
if you've
that
already got a
last time.
dot trick.
True. All right. What is Metal doing for downtime?
Well, I can throw him another tick, since he's now doing something else.
Fair enough.
And then I am
More chaos spray. I'm going to finish making the gun entirely by firing guns.
Exactly. It's
So
field
I think
testing.
I'm going to work on the upgrade to the tier 2 lock.
Okay, so
There.
upgrade that to a tier 3.
Yes. I've got
Excellent.
one tick in that. I'm going to continue tinkering with that. A5.
A 5. Okay, so that is 1 tick.
And then I think I'm going to pay my minions a gold to stop playing with the mine shaft and come work on the lock.
Yes.
A2.
That is no progress, unfortunately.
Oh well. Well, they are only good for digging apparently.
They try to help, but the lock design you've set up is just so complex. It's intricate and
Yes,
difficult.
it's
and
2 more bars, so it's 3
Yes.
bars instead of
Can-
1 bar.
They're just a bunch of worthless diggers.
Thanks, Ferdinand.
Can I pay
Some of
my?
us thought of that and didn't say anything.
I'm disappointed in everyone else who thought of that.
Can I pay my trout triplets a gold to work on the cheese room?
yeah,
It's a
Thank you.
cheese room.
the cheese trap.
All right, so I'm gonna pay them a gold.
You got your ghosts back, or did you not lose them this time?
No,
they
I
have
lost them, I
Tinker
got them
too.
Oh, okay.
And,
They're quadruple ghosts now.
So we came across a diseased corpse in the middle of the break room,
As you do.
surrounded by crumbs of cheese,
Mm.
and
Are you sure that wasn't me?
it was you.
Okay.
And I set them to the work because I had heard some banter earlier about how we were gonna try to create this cheese trap. Like, well, clearly this works. Take these crumbs on the floor and help us reverse engineer a replacement for this very effective variety of cheese.
People fish with cheese all the time.
Yes. That was a 4.
That is a success. So
Yay.
you create the cheese trap.
Huzzah!
So we can add a tier 1 trap into that room there.
I preemptively, before I should have, did it earlier, so it's.
Yes.
I forgot that it
So you
doesn't
wrote that
immediately
trap on
get put at tier 1 when we start doing it.
That's fair. Yeah, so it becomes a tier 1 trap
Okay.
now. So that is good. Who wants to add that to their sheet? Stephanie, because you thought of it? Okay. Sounds good. So you'll manage that trap.
The horrible bodily fluids that were all over the break room as a result of you eating may have been the key to our success in the end.
Yay.
Yay.
It was a valiant sacrifice.
Excellent, good trout.
Disgusting. Hand me more pizza.
Would anybody else like more?
You don't have the force. So.
Anyone else have downtime to spend, or should I start describing the oncoming storm?
About this one or cheese?
Amazing.
We found something he actually likes. It's worth this
This is right near the. Sorry, people.
Oh no, our listener.
Oh no.
thing. We have one?
No. I think Brad wants to do it
Oh
once.
no, posterity.
Thank you.
Would you like one?
Yes, please.
Any more gold and downtime and stuff to spend?
No, I'm done.
I think I am done.
Alright.
I don't know if you could do anything more, even if you had gold. I think you may be still past gold.
Oh, true,
Yeah.
yeah.
Spend your downtime pooping.
Yep.
Well, there. Well,
So-
we're all prepared now.
We snapped you guys down in your lair.
Yes.
With, unfortunately, Gladys just in the corner, just absolutely shitting her guts out. It's not a pleasant time for any of you down there. But you know this is the place you're supposed to be when adventurers are coming to raid your base. The alarm's been sounded, they've been spotted. There are 4 ghosts approaching on the beach. They just kind of came up out of the water, just walked apparently on the bottom of the lake the whole way here. And let's see how good your minions were at gathering intel on them as they approached. I'll just roll. You guys are at tier 1 right now, so your imps will be... Unfortunately, they rolled a 1. So, you did not figure out anything, but you see 4 ghosts, at least, coming up towards you all. Now, since you had warning this time, you guys get to put your minions down in places around the dungeon, if you want your minions to potentially fight these guys. So, if any of you want to set your minions out at different places around the dungeon, you may do so. We can mark those with dice or something.
As with before, my minions are going to be with us because I don't trust them to not betray us.
Okay. This makes some sense. Yeah. Double checking. We still have your minions, right?
I do. One of them died.
Right. That's what happened. So I will, I guess, just mention as well that
Yes.
keeping your minions in your lair is a possible thing you can order them to do, but it will disrupt the dungeon hierarchy that your minions like. So it could mean that in the future
Gotcha.
they'll be more disgruntled because they want only the strongest monsters in the back, all the weakest monsters up front, and like a gradient
Okay.
in between. So you can bring them back if you think that's the best strategy for your survival and stuff, but it's not a completely free lunch.
If
that makes
it
sense.
okay, if it will have potential consequences, I'm gonna make them be with the Rat Queen. She'll keep an eye on them.
Okay.
So I'll put a 1 die in there for me.
Last time I kept my minions with us because they're a bunch of pissant workers, but I think now they have a taste for blood. So I want to put them in the lightning dome room, and I
Okay.
want them to use their 1 notch in a vote to try and shoot lightning from it at intruders.
All right.
Using just like metal sticks that have rubber at the bottom, so they don't fry themselves.
Excellent.
And they're just going to try and create a grid of lightning into them.
All right. So they're ready to help conduct the lightning.
There's 5 of them. We'll just run at them and encircle them and try to lightning mesh them.
Nice.
Did your minions die last time?
Yes.
And
They're
you
quadruple ghosts now.
Okay, and I guess we did mention that they just come back because of your ability, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you got those again. Do you want to place them somewhere? Your quadruple
Yeah, they're going to be down there manning the.
manning
the
the
room
trap
there,
room.
yes.
Okay. Can we have a die for Gladys's minions? There's a number 3. Very nice. In here somewhere.
And I think since mine speak the light tongue, we'll put them with the cheese,
Nice.
and they're going to try and convince them that,
Wait, does the
Yeah,
cheese
it's a-
actually
it's-
exist?
Yes.
yeah,
Fantastic.
that they,
The cheese was
free
created.
cheese and alcohol.
Yes.
Well, they still have to fight, so they have to be like, no, protect the cheese.
It'd be really funny if we never, if we used your potion to make my minions forget about the cheese they made, and then have them guard the cheese, and just tell them, now remember, don't eat the cheese. It's the good cheese. It's too good for you.
And then you eat the cheese.
And ideally, they try to betray us to the invaders, and they all eat the cheese.
It's a flawless plan.
Okay.
For
So
another day.
your minions, essentially, they'll be activated when they see the invaders. Otherwise, your minions don't have the meta knowledge that you players have.
Yes.
But they have knowledge and can communicate with each other and stuff. And you'll essentially be playing as your minions in addition to your other traps and things around the dungeon. If you want your minions to flee, you can of course have them flee, all of that kind of stuff. But, you know, we'll get to that when we get to it. So, the adventurers will be that die, and they're going to move into your room, into your dungeon, rather. If this thing wants to load, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm worried that our dungeon no longer looks like a dick and balls.
It
That
never
is
really
worrying.
did.
It depends on.
It looked like a Minecraft dick and
Yeah.
balls.
Now it's an Eldritch Abomination.
Well, that's
stick and
because
balls.
we stopped letting, Taylor draw.
Our worst.
Other people started drawing, and that just ruined it.
I should be an architect.
You just need to continue to create more dick and ball shapes around
Yeah.
the dungeon.
It's like a fractal.
Yes. So, these adventurers come down this long tunnel. They come through that, the big, like, obsidian and gold mouth that's outside with the statues on either side and all of that. And they come down this long obsidian and gold walkway, what do you call it? Hallway, there we go. and they encounter this locked room. So what they'll do upon encountering, well, I guess first I'll ask, like normal, what is the way you would prefer them to go? What would be the most advantageous way for these adventurers to go at this intersection?
I mean, they're ghosts. Can't they just go through it?
Don't
For
you?
us, we'd probably want them to go fight the Rat Queen first, right?
I think that's why we put the lap where we did.
Yeah.
Especially since
So
the Rat Queen
essentially-
now has some cultists.
This roll, we'll see if they even look at the lock first or not. It doesn't really matter too much, but we'll just see. So they rolled poorly, so they're going to go that way. Yeah, I think that's how it works because I'm rolling for them. So they go into the Rat Queen's room. Who manages the Rat Queen?
I do.
The Rat Matriarch. So go ahead and roll one die for that, and we will see what comes up.
That is a 2.
A 2, that is a failure, a full failure. The Rat Queen is slain or flees the dungeon. Unfortunate
Rip
timing.
Queen.
She just learned to speak. So the adventurers come in, they slay the Rat Queen, they continue on, and they go down this tunnel. They wonder why the heck there's a tunnel here that doesn't do anything. But they come back, and underneath the Rat Queen's corpse, who is that?
That is my minions.
That is your minions. Okay, so
Probably literally hiding under the Rat Queen's
yes,
corpse.
I guess we can also retcon that a little bit if you want to.
Okay.
If your minions are in the room here,
Yeah.
I don't see why there's not a reason they couldn't assist the Rat Queen,
Okay.
right? So if your minions want to get involved here, they can
Alright.
give the Rat Queen an extra die, essentially, but they would be exposed to the danger of the combat as well.
Okay. Now. They are disloyal. I do think it would
Not
be.
the Rat Queen.
I do think
Save
it
the
would
Rat
be.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah, but they're being attacked by ghosts. They don't really have the option to be.
They do have some magical prowess. There are some rat cult things associated. Maybe they think they actually have a chance here, and if I doubt they think that the Rat Queen would die, and they know the Rat Queen would report back. So I think they would try to fight back.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, then give the Rat Queen an extra die.
Okay.
And we'll see if
3.
the Rat Queen lives. That's still death, unfortunately.
Rip.
And since they did join the fight, they
Yes.
are going to take whatever the wounded condition is for minions.
Okay.
It's like it's not. Is it bloodied right away, or is there
It's just bloody.
straight to bloodied? Yeah, I thought so. So they become a little hurt,
They got some feedback.
but perhaps they flee into the tunnels here afterwards. The adventurers do what I said before. They come back here. They loot the Rat Queen's room. Maybe take a trophy from the Rat Queen's ears, something like that. Come back out here. They find the lock.
They steal all of its eggs.
She's wearing a crown.
They took the crown too. Then absolutely.
How dare they?
How dare they? Whoever manages the lock,
That
give
would be
me
me.
2 dice of roll. Since it is 2.
A 5 and a 4.
5 and a 4. Okay, a mixed success. So they attempt to go another way. And then it says when they have no remaining ways to go again, you go ahead and roll again. They try to pick the lock again.
A 6 and a 6.
Okay. A 6 and a 6, that's a critical.
They
So
just leave.
they attempt, they repeatedly attempt to break the door. They are unsuccessful at this, but they appear to all be spellcasters, you will learn on this crit.
Oh no.
There we go. They appear to all be spellcasters, you learn on this crit, and they all have wasted a spell, essentially, to trying to break open this lock,
Huzzah.
but being unable to do so. Go ahead and roll again. They're just going to keep trying at this door.
A 6 and a 3.
Okay. So at this point, one more of them wastes another spell and does manage to get through the lock. But eventually they do make it through.
And then they realize they could have just floated through it because it's magically not in the
Well,
fire.
they're a very particular kind of ghost.
They can only walk through water.
Yes. You see, they're all carrying their equipment and stuff, and if they walk the wall, then yeah, they couldn't bring their
That
equipment
makes
with them.
sense.
So they go through your vehicle room.
That's why they were at the bottom of the water.
They loot the room.
No.
because it is a tier 3 room.
Not the dragon vehicle room.
Yes.
They're
So
gonna take our
they,
license plates.
Or the
upon
controls.
looting
It's
the
gonna be sitting on
room,
cinder box.
they are going to recover 1 spell slot, essentially.
Alright.
And then they move through to the room with the trap and the minion. They probably see the minion first unless the minion was hiding.
No, the minions are going to welcome them in.
They're
Okay.
dressed as
You know, as
bartenders.
customers and thank
Okay.
them for coming and offer them cheese and ale.
Okay, so then I'd call it an assistance for the trap, much like happened to the Rat Queen. So
Nice.
let's add a die to whoever's managing. I guess that's Stephanie, right?
Yeah. What am I rolling for?
So it's a tier 1 trap, so 1 die, and then you're being assisted by Metal's minions.
And
so
then
it's
they
2
beat
dice.
your ass anyway.
Probably.
4.
A 4. Okay, that is a mixed success.
Thankfully,
Double
ghosts
checking
can eat
that.
cheese.
One of the ghosts, yes. A ghost that has these very colorful robes on that are not ghostly robes. Like they're wearing these physical robes that are like swirling with all sorts of different colors, like purples and blues and blacks and all these dark, almost like space-like colors, like nebulas and stars and all sorts of things. They walk up and they decide to eat the cheese, and you can see the cheese. It will be swirling with brown very shortly, probably. You can see them take a piece of the cheese, put it in their mouth, and like they're translucent, so you can see the cheese go down into their body. And then from underneath the robes, you just hear this horrible gurgling sound. And the ghost like falls to the floor inside the robe, and you just start smelling this awful smell. So this mage has been wounded.
The pooping cheese.
The other adventurers are then going to attack your minions.
That can make a ghost shit.
So I'll let your minions try to do a roll to avoid it if you want, or to fight back, whatever you
No,
think.
they're going to fight back.
Okay,
They're
so
good at smashing.
makes sense. So go ahead and give me a smashing roll.
Can't believe you fell for the cheese.
A bar
A
fight
5 and a
against
2.
diuretic.
All right, a mixed success. So you inflict some more damage on one of the adventurers, and the minions are bloodied. I'm going to say you get another mage. This one is also in robes, but these are just like plain green robes. Do your minions flee after becoming bloodied, or are they going to fight to the death?
Oh, I think they'd fight to the death.
All right, they're going to just get in there. You can go ahead and roll again then if you want.
Sure.
Maybe you'll crit. We'll go out soon.
No, I will roll a 3 and a 2.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Your minions fight to the death, but they don't accomplish much more. As one of the ghosts summons a massive greatsword into his hand and just chops through your minions all at once.
Oh,
And they're gone. And then he
Poor minion.
unsummons the sword.
He doesn't also eat the cheese, does he?
No.
Just for good measure.
He saw what happened to the other ghosts, and they're kind of like a couple of them are like coaxing that one ghost
Yeah.
to finally come with him, and he's like holding his stomach as he's walking now. They move on to the Were-Barracuda. So whoever manages that,
That
so
was
give
me.
a roll for the Were-Barracuda. These minions are no more.
5.
This one.
A 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So on a 5, the Were-Barracuda damages one of the. I'm trying to see if it's one of your choice. It's one of my choice. And then the Were-Barracuda is knocked out but not slain,
Okay.
thankfully. So the Were-Barracuda gets brained and shoved in a corner while he just sits there with cartoon stars over his head. And you manage to harm one of the invading adventurers. I'll say there's one of the ghosts that has a bow, gets
Yep.
chomped by the Were-Barracuda, and they just sit there cockily like, you can't chomp me, I'm a ghost, but the Were-Barracuda has magical teeth. And it chomps into the archer's shoulder before being shot with a close-range arrow
Yeah.
up through it.
I'm gonna add that to my ideas. I
Magical
had
teeth.
emergency teeth. Now it's gonna be magical emergency teeth.
Magical emergency.
We need a magical weapon.
So they make their way past the Were-Barracuda.
What'd you do to your sheep?
It's just kind of existed for a while.
True.
So
Mine's
true.
fine.
They make their way down to the trick room, the fountain room you've got here, which has a trick in it to try and get them to waste some resources. And I believe, Gladys, your minions are set here to
Yes.
assist with that.
Yes.
So, who do you also have the trick in the room? Okay, so you can add 1 die to the tricks roll, which is it is a tier 3. So this will actually be 4 dice you get to roll.
2
Nice.
6s, a 5, and a 2.
Sheesh.
Okay, 2 6s is a critical. So I think all of the ghosts walk up to the fountain. Your minions like are doing these ghostly things around the fountain. There's 4 of them now, right? They're quadruple ghosts or whatever.
No, they're 3, but they are quadruple.
They are
ghosts.
quadruple triple ghosts.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a lot of ghosts.
It is a lot of ghosts. The 12
It's
ghosts.
actually less ghost than the began with.
It's impressive enough that these ghosts look at these ghosts and think, "Wow, those are ghosts."
They're like 2D paper cutouts of ghosts just floating through the
Well, I
air.
mean, this is what they looked like last time. I don't know what they look like this time.
just popsicle sticks.
Popsicle sticks with paper ghosts cut out.
Yeah. Maybe at this point they are just like paper, like just paper ghosts.
What if the
just floating.
popsicle
Super
stick
Mario
is just
Bros.
ghostly now?
Has like a face on it. Just,
It's just a
little
popsicle
look
stick
at-
with googly
Yeah,
eyes.
Yeah.
googly eyes, yeah. And it's see through. So
Very
you see
spooky.
these floating quadruple ghost popsicle sticks. And they are convinced by the charming
Divination
magical words.
sticks.
So each of them throws a piece of equipment into the void
Dumb ghosts.
and watches as that equipment just falls to the bottom into darkness, never to be seen again. And so they
You
all
okay,
waste some
Kat?
resources.
No,
Concerned for you.
you should be.
You're only just now concerned for him. How many years have you known him now?
All right. So they do that.
Nice.
Realizing they've been duped, they are now going to attack your minions. Your minions can attempt to flee. You know what? Since you crit, your minions can get away for free if you want. If you want them to fight back, they can also do that.
Oh, they're gonna fight.
All right. What skill are they going to use to fight?
Yeah, that one.
They're gonna throw lightning at them.
All right.
Has nothing to do with the lightning room. They just like to do that.
They're popsicle sticks.
Lightning,
They're
popsicle
like
lightning.
lightning rods.
What?
They're lightning rods. They're
No. 4.
Okay. So 4. So they're going to become bloodied, and you get to damage one of the enemies as well.
They're bleeding
The
popsicle
old-
sticks.
Trade.
It's not a good day. Which one is the bloody?
All the way to the right.
This one.
Yeah.
Are they going to fight to the death and become quintuple ghosts?
Oh,
That depends. When do you get them back for free? After this, or only when we're done with raids?
Probably done with the next raid, I
Yeah.
would assume. Yeah.
That's rough.
yeah, they'll keep fighting.
Okay. The ghosts will fight to the death, so you can go ahead and roll again.
These ghosts are really
A
calling
5.
the afterlife into question.
Okay, so you managed to damage one of the adventurers. Your ghosts are taken out
Which
of the picture.
one?
It is the one in the green robe who hasn't cast anything yet.
Mm.
What appears to be a caster.
We haven't taken any of them down yet, have we?
Nope.
Dang
But,
it, Ghost.
but I
You
think
have
they've
one
all
job.
been wounded.
They've all been wounded and they've used up significant resources. But your ghosts are no more.
Poor guys.
Taylor can have that die back.
They tried so hard.
They got so far.
They are going to loot this room. So they'll recover something.
They fish one of their weapons back.
Yeah, exactly.
One of them just floated.
And now we get to decide, is it more advantageous for all of you monsters if they go into the Thunderdome or down to the Sanctum right away?
Thunderdome.
I think Thunderdome.
Alright, so I'm going to roll for them and see how likely it is they go into the Thunderdome first.
Will be.
So 5 for them. Unfortunately, they're lucky. They go to this trap first.
The president of the dungeon.
Who has the
Try
trap
drawing wood
next to
grain
the
now.
Sanctum?
Who has the sanctum trap? Do you? Sir?
There's a tier 1 trap at the door leading
Not
down
me.
into the Sanctum.
Yeah, it's me.
Might be
Benefit.
Kobe.
I forgot to put that there. Try to open the door, and tubes of molten metal spew on them.
Alright, excellent.
Oh, where's the
So
janitor?
roll a single die.
Oh,
5.
I don't know.
He's probably in a
5.
passageway
Okay,
somewhere.
so on a 5, I believe one of them gets hurt. Let me double check that. Trap rolls. Yes, one of them gets hurt. So,
I
we'll
love
say that
your
one.
drawing page.
And then they make their way down into the sanctum to fight you all. So, you all see these 4 ghosts coming down the stairs towards you. You've heard lots of fighting up above. So far, things have sounded successful, but yet these beings have still made their way down into your sanctum, regardless. You see, one of them has those crazy robes that are like filled with stars and nebulas and all sorts of weird space stuff. One of the ghosts just keeps on summoning weapons out of the air and swinging them at things. One of them has a green robe and hasn't really done much with it yet. And the last one has a bow. So, they're entering the room. We now do an engagement roll to see how prepared you all are. I'm going to say you guys drained the resources pretty well. I'm going to
Yeah.
give you 3 dice on this
Thank
engagement
you.
roll. Since they have really gotten hurt by your dungeon on the way here. That is a 5. So you're not
Nice.
perfectly prepared, but I will give you guys the initiative here. You might not have traps ready, set up already, but you're going to see them before they see you. So who wants to go first and jump in and attack them first?
First one in the door gets a gun to the face.
Fair enough, you want to just go with
Makes
that
sense.
one? So they come down the stairs and just boom, a gun.
So
It's not gone wrong so yet.
It makes sense to do it before your allies go in there.
I believe that one was Tinker also.
Yeah,
Because
when
it
you're
is-
like setting up the gun and aiming the, like tinkering with the things to set it to the right angles and that kind of stuff.
And I guess I'll Dark Heart this. I said before I got a 6 on the 3 die I already had.
Yeah, it could have crit.
Well, it did.
Well, a 6
Still
is a
really
full
good.
success. So, this is just funny, so I'm going to make it happen. Well, I'll roll a d4 for it. Let's make it random. Who comes through the door? It was the funny one. So the mage in the green robe who hasn't done anything so far was at 1 HP from being damaged by that previous trap and has not been able to show off any of his magic yet at all. He's the first one down through the door, and there's a gun planted at his feet. Pointed up. What kind of gun is it?
It is an entire old-timey blunderbuss.
Entire old-timey blunderbuss embeds in the floor, and it's just pointed up at him.
It's the home defense screen text.
And he just looks up at all of you, and turns around to the others, and then gets shot before he can say
He
anything.
was about to ult.
And he is no more. He was down
They
to 1
get
HP.
splattered with ghosts.
Yes. They're just like ectoplasm splatters onto the ceiling.
I don't suppose that was a dire roll.
You didn't suppress the volatility, so I'd say it was probably dire, because if there were consequences, probably one of you would have gotten shot.
Well, that's a chance I'm willing to take every time.
Yes. I think with that gun, unless you suppress the volatility, it's always going to be dire.
Sir.
So it's a good combo. Who's up next? There's still 3 coming down the stairs.
I'm gonna heft my treebane axe over my shoulder. I'm gonna saunter toward him. I'm gonna swipe some ectoplasm off the wall. I put it in my mouth and
Nice.
say, "You all look mighty tasty today!"
You're a ghost too,
Yes.
so yes. So the one you see ahead of you is the one with the rainbowy
Yes.
space robes. So.
I'm hoping they remember that I ate several ghosts before getting away. Before.
These
Yes.
could be different ghosts. Maybe they just think you're hitting on them.
Well, that
Could
could
be.
be too.
Maybe they'll join us then. They'll be our new minions. That's a 5.
Okay. So that is a mixed success. So you run up to them
Of
and
threaten.
you were trying to threaten. Okay.
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense. So you didn't actually attack them. But you did successfully threaten them. You were trying to push them back up the stairs,
Yes.
basically.
Trying to give us more time to get an edge, I guess.
Okay, so I think they do start to retreat up the stairs as you shout at them and start intimidating them. But the one at the back with the bow, as he's running up the stairs, he's like drawing his shot and he's ready to spin around down at you. So there's a current threat lingering, and if you don't deal with that threat, Karpalmi is going to get shot. What are you
Okay.
doing about it, Gladys?
I'm gonna stand up, kind of shaky.
He's
Gather
shaking.
together a vortex of shit.
That sounds like an
We've
We've been
oath to
preparing
me.
for this for hours.
With thunder magic or something.
Yeah, it's a storm vortex of
Yes.
shit. It's a shit storm.
Yes.
You mastered that famous Harry Potter
5.
spell that wizards used
5.
before toilets were invented?
Thunder.
You already had shock to guts, right?
Yes.
Can you channel
Does that change that?
Well, guts was
Oh,
on
does
your
it change the
invoke,
number
right?
of dice I have?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Do I need to
let's-
re-roll that?
I think let's re-roll it. I think that's the fairest way to do it. I'm sorry. So
So
it
take
should be
one out?
-1, yeah.
6.
6,
Yeah,
okay.
you improved.
That's fine. That's fair. We
Yeah.
take this. So, a full success. I was going to say the consequence for this would have been shock to your guts as you got more on you or something. But since you already had shock to guts, that would have technically put you at bloodied. It would be very funny to bloody yourself with your own shit. That's just unfortunate.
That would have been great.
Yes.
Do I remove the shock to guts now?
Yes,
Okay.
actually. So it's very good for you.
Nice.
You got the shit out of the way, and now you're
And I
feeling
Point
Yeah,
to the one who
myself.
ate the
Yes.
cheese and said, "This is what's gonna happen to you."
So the shit cyclone just goes up the stairs, narrowly missing Carpolino. And I think this just scares the rest of them away even farther, and they just start really running up the stairs. The archer puts his bow away to run faster.
That kobold just shit blast a bunch of ghosts.
Yes.
The idea was to blind him.
Oh, okay.
Blinded
Well,
them with science.
It's just spooky,
We'll go with that.
honestly.
You know, with a full success, it wasn't a mixed success. So yes, you blind the ranger ghost with your shit. Unfortunately for him, and so he's unable to fire his bow at the moment. Maybe he just releases it and it just clinks off the wall and scatters to the floor harmlessly. Metal. What do you want to do?
Well, I am going to charge this person, holding my little hand mirror in front of me, since
Okay.
that worked before, and I'm going to not throw the damn dagger. I'm just
Stab with the dagger.
Yeah.
stab him with the dagger.
So just at the first person on the stairs.
Yes, whoever's the
Is
first
that
person.
me?
Okay. I like that.
I was going to throw it, but I wasn't sure how corporeal you were.
Nearest ghost.
Probably about as much as any of the other ghosts.
This actually sounds like an awesome combination move where Carpolemy is yelling and intimidating, and then Metal just moves through him rapidly with a knife. It just swooshes in. Okay, so yeah, what action do you think
Incredible.
makes sense for this?
Well, we're not trying to throw it, so I don't think it's very finessey. I think it's just going to be smash.
Okay, just being as forceful with that dagger as possible, just trying to do some damage
Yeah.
in any way you can.
Yes. Or scare him with the mirror since it worked the last time. A 6.
6, very good. So you run in there and you stab at this mage in these weird robes. And normally you roll a 6, there wouldn't be any kind of consequences here. But this mage has a special reaction. This is a chaos mage you have attacked. A mage who has bound chaotic magic within themselves, and they basically just bleed spells. So by stabbing them, they will unleash a spell. And it is a random spell.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, Carmelo.
Okay, so unfortunately for the Chaos Mage, they just explode into colorful yellow, blue, and purple flowers. They just poof everywhere as they get stabbed, and they do take quite a bit of damage from that dagger. As just they basically just instead of bleeding, just like sprouts of like bouquets of flowers come out of that. wound.
Ouch.
I was unaware that sticking a bungee on a dagger had that effect. And the inside of your butt must be beautiful.
All right, so very successful. You managed to stab this guy. Kobe, you were first up. What are you doing?
I was busy reading about what happened to this tabletop RPG.
This game, yeah,
Oh, it's tragic.
it is very
The
tragic.
guy got cancer, his mom died, he
Yeah.
can't produce it anymore, updates are stopped, he's in horrible debt.
Yeah, he released the
very
game for
sad.
free because he wasn't gonna.
It's not just released for free, it's public domain now.
Yes, yeah, that's more
Yeah.
accurate. It is very tragic.
So I'm going to tell that to the ghost.
The tragic story of the god who created
Yes.
this realm, his death, essentially.
How abandoned this world is.
Yes.
I'm going to share with him those horrible, crippling insights that are my religion.
Okay. I mean, this sounds like a threaten kind of vibe here, or is it something different here?
Threaten or banter, I guess. It doesn't matter. I don't have a ticket either.
I think this sounds more like threaten if you're Well,
I mean,
I'll let
they're
you choose.
ghosts, so this is
Yeah.
like, what happens after death? Well, ghost, but then
Well, you're
after
a fictional
ghost.
character.
What happens after Ghost? Yes. There's what happens after death, which is dead, and then what happens after dead is something else.
Then Carpalme eats you.
Yes.
You exist for my entertainment.
So I'll let you pick either of those skills, whichever you think Kobe wants to.
We'll just do threaten.
All right.
2 and a 3.
2 and a 3. Okay.
Doesn't have enough insight. Doesn't understand.
That's okay, because that gives me a third tick in threaten, which I think is a box.
Yes, it is.
Get farmed, nerds.
So you spew your nihilistic religion down the hallway up into the staircase, and none of them seem particularly fazed by it. But unfortunately, I think you really spoke that from the deepest part of your soul, and it affected you. So take shock to brains as you are reeling from this existential dread you have.
You just
attempted
need
to
a minute.
inflict. Yeah, you just need a minute, exactly.
Have I ever told you about the tragedy of Dorothy Elliott?
Exactly. Carpolomew, what are you doing?
Gonna run in with me axe and
All
chop
right.
up the ghosts.
Classic. Who knows? You might get another random spell.
Smash. That is a 5.
A 5. Okay. So random spell time.
Woo!
Since you didn't roll a 6, I'm gonna roll 2 dice. Oh, you did not roll great either. Since we're on a theme tonight,
Oh no.
you slash into this chaos mage and you kill him with your axe. You chop, chop, and then he was bleeding beautiful flowers before, but very on theme for the magic that's already on display here. He just erupts into shit this time, and so you're gonna take shock to guts.
Man, our dungeon's stinky.
Am
Yeah.
I going to take shot to guts as well, since I'm standing between him and...
Sure, you also take shock to guts. I think you managed to kill the mage, but yes, the both of you are just covered in shit now. Somehow Gladys is clean now, but the rest of you, unfortunately, are not doing so hot.
Well, I didn't pursue them.
True. What are you doing,
Poor
Gladys?
ghosts.
I mean, I'm covered in, my own stuff. I'll follow them and
These
see if I can.
dungeons most likely
Is
stall.
how many of them are left?
2. There is one that keeps summoning weapons out of the air, and another one that has a bow.
It worked
Man.
so well the last time.
That's such a wild difference in power. It's like I can manifest whatever weapon
Yes.
I have a bow.
Well, he hasn't managed to fire it yet, to be fair.
Fucking Hawkeye motherfucker. Hey, your thing exploded.
Hey, you've done a thing.
What if his bow fires bows though?
Well, then I'm going to sue him for copyright.
There you go.
You can't just.
Who's the real monster now?
Me.
Oh yeah,
There you
I forgot.
Yeah, just followed up with a shit cycle, and that worked really well the first time.
go. Another shit cycle?
Yes.
Alright. Shit
Do you have
swamp
enough
too.
cheese in your system? Let's find out.
You're like a Diablo 2 shit barbarian.
Okay.
So yes, you cleaned your
6.
shock, so you're okay, full
I'm
6.
going after the one with all the weapons.
Okay. Trying to blind him again?
Yes.
Okay. So
I've already given the other one severe conjunctivitis. I'm going for this one now as well.
yes.
Time for some pink eye.
So just as Carpolomew tears through the mage at the front, the warrior behind him, who is currently rushing down at Carpolomew, gets shit in his eyes. It goes right past your shoulder. Carpolomew just splat, and so he's got this big sword in his hands. He's looking around. You've got an opportunity to strike here. We'll give Carpolomew a quick hit before we go back to metal.
He's honking for a bonk, and I'm gonna give it to him.
All right, go for it.
That's a 5.
All right. I think, unfortunately, you rush in there and you get him with your axe, but he also swings the sword down in retaliation. So you're going to take shock to muscle since he was
Okay.
blinded.
Can I resist that?
You may.
All right, I would like to resist with my sturdy leather.
Okay, so it's immediate success. He
Okay.
hits your armor and it shoves you backwards and kind of makes a big scrape in your armor, but it doesn't.
He didn't say
hurt.
armor. He just said he has leather. Like he just whipped out some leather.
Do I don't have to roll to resist
No,
that? Okay.
it's a full success. You don't take stress when you use your item. So,
Gotcha.
but the item,
So I gotta mark that off.
yes, the item
Okay.
is marked off until the next downtime, basically. But Hey, it saved you some damage.
Yes.
So,
Sorry, Cat.
sorry.
Jen, he was
I
only
keep
mildly
baiting you.
perturbed by that. He was like, "Ooh."
Metal, yeah,
So
this
when they
guy's-
killed this
It's not
ghost,
very
did this robe just fall to the ground?
It did, yes.
Oh, well,
Free robe.
Metal's all about the robes.
Alright, just scoop that up.
So we're gonna wrap that right around ourselves just in
Alright,
case
it's
it
covered
has,
in shit.
possesses
Well,
some sort of
everything is, so.
magic
Yeah.
property there.
That's
Kobe is not.
So the
covered
guy
in
went
shit.
running past me
Yet.
true.
to get to him. Is that the idea?
So they kind of met each other on the stairs up ahead of you.
Okay.
I know what you're planning.
No.
I think at this point as well, the archer in the back is drawing another arrow, but has yet to quite fire it yet.
Yeah, I think I'm going to duck back
Get to that guy.
into the to get back to wherever the fight is there.
Okay. You going for the dude with the melee weapons or the archer?
Whichever one just tried to.
Okay, so the
Whack
melee
him.
weapon guy is on
Okay.
Carpalmio.
A1.
Alright.
Stunning.
So you try to rush into that fray as they are trading blows of axes and great swords, and then you see out of the corner of the guy as you get into a low position to stab, the archer in the back finally releases that arrow. And as he does, there's a flash of light that kind of blinds you for a second, as the arrow isn't simply fired as an archer would, but has a spiral of golden light around it as it moves through the air. And he has cast his extremely powerful elemental effect of radiant energy onto this arrow. And so you're going to be bloodied by this.
Can I try to
You may
bounce
absolutely.
it back with the mirror?
You may try to resist, yeah. Is the mirror your defense item already?
Yes.
Or perfect.
The same
Okay.
thing I used on the goose. And
I like that.
Just
So
reflect
B&B
it
there.
back.
So I think let's make this a little fun. You will automatically deflect it, but give me some kind of action roll to see if you deflect it at him, like a perfect reflection.
Please don't hit me in the butt.
That would
Hit him
be
in the
fun.
butt.
Finesse.
So would that be finesse then?
I think finesse makes sense. So you can aim it back at him.
2 5s.
2 5s. Okay. So you do manage to reflect it back towards him, but it ricochets off the ceiling first and then comes down to hit him. So it does do some damage to him, but it doesn't do full damage because of that. But you hold up the mirror, and this arrow of light just ping, just gets lasered back towards him, and you are safe.
Okay.
What are you doing, Kobe?
I'm going to needlessly helldive dive
Okay, classic.
and then fire the gun up the stairs at whoever's closest.
I'm gonna die.
I don't.
Oh yeah, one of us is about to get killed there.
I have
Okay.
never messed up the gun.
This is true. None of
It
you
is
know it's
true.
dangerous. Only Kobe
Gun
does.
has 100% success rate.
But I guess because you might do, I'll use my other.
Kobe is broken
No,
in combat.
go,
This
obviously.
is a
go
dire
for it.
roll.
You do what you do. You're a monster.
True.
Worrying about us is nicer. I mean, he's a ghost. He can't die again.
You gotta act like a monster to earn
I
XP.
mean,
If I go hard, do I do more damage?
It would add plus effect, right? So yes.
I want to go hard.
Okay, you've just put an extra big gun in the.
No, it's an extra small gun. It's literally the sci-fi tiny little cricket
The
gun
tiny cricket,
from.
yeah.
It's the actual super high-tech device, but I'm literally just.
Perfect.
And it's not even gonna fire when it hits
I
them.
heard
It's
so
just
many-
going to hit
We're
them.
just going to.
so many Men in Black references.
It is. That's just tonight. So it is a die roll.
5, 6, 5.
Okay, so that's a 6. That's a full success.
5, 6, 3, whatever.
So you fire the tiny little shiny gun, which is not actually a gun, but it's a model of a gun. It's just made of the densest metal you have on hand, the densest material, mineral, whatever you've got on hand.
Pure ingot.
Yeah, it's pure ingot, exactly. Hyper compressed using monster magic, monster science. And so the dude who's currently in like an axe and greatsword clash with Carpalmu just all of a sudden, Carpalmu, you're sitting there and the resistance behind your axe goes away. As you see, there's just like a gun-shaped hole in the guy's forehead that just goes all the way back through his body. And you hear like a ting, 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 ting on the ground behind him, and then the
I
ghost,
didn't know I could do that with my mind.
the ghost just dissipates into ectoplasm.
That's the closest I've come to shooting somebody with a bullet.
Basically.
You are just inventing bullets.
I'll get there eventually.
I think Gladys, it's been the longest time for
Enough
you.
time has
Has it?
passed.
Yeah, because we doubled back for Carpalmu earlier. So there's one dude left. There's the archer in the back who fired a laser arrow.
How many people are we like on the stairs?
Yeah, you
And how
can
many
kind of
people are in
chase
between
them.
me and him?
3, I think, technically.
Cool.
Can you like teleport to another pile of feces
What?
and attack him from close range so that you don't hit any of us?
Could you clean the feces off my fancy new robe and, just...
Hey, can my
It's like,
minions
just gather
run in
it
from
up.
the back?
You just become a shit mage. It's your new thing. If you need to-
Can my minions run in from the back?
Well, they're technically, yeah, they're in the Thunderdome.
They
You
are.
could-
They were waiting for them to walk in as a trap, and they just
Yeah.
walked by them, so they just been sitting there
Just
with sticks.
awkwardly standing there
Let's
hearing the sounds
say,
of the
yeah,
fight.
if Gladys fails to take this guy out here, then he'll make it to the top of the stairs, and then your minions can do something, maybe.
Well, I'd like to worm my way around them so I don't hit them. Turn around and just fire something fresh at him.
Okay. Are you attempting to
magically.
kill him?
But
Yes.
magic.
Alright.
But magically, yes.
6.
6. So what does this look like? An arc of
It
electricity,
looks
or are
like
you
exactly
fine?
what you think it looks like.
Okay.
I've dropped my pants and fired.
No, okay. So he just
Poor ghost.
Don't make me describe it.
No.
Round
goes-
lightning.
it goes up the
Chocolate
staircase.
thunder.
There's a vortex of
No.
air that carries it up, and this poor archer is still stunned by his own laser arrow. I think we actually just see from the bottom of the staircase, we hear horrific screaming noises up the staircase, and then ectoplasm starts rolling down the
And
staircase. And poop. Yeah.
Bartholomew looks around and says, yeah, I think I'm good.
And this was quite a themed combat.
Good
You
grief.
have successfully killed the ghosts, and they are double dead. Yay!
This all happened because
Can
of a
we
tier 1
send-
cheese trap.
Can we send the CCTV footage to all of our enemies?
This is what will happen. to
This
you.
is what will happen. Even death will not save you from us.
Oops.
I just
We're
want
gonna
to
get the Charmin bears attacking us.
We will reverse haunt you. We will find you as a ghost.
let it be known that my tier 1 trap saved everything.
And you had help from my minions.
And I shot 2 of them in the face.
You falling for your own tier 1 trap saved us.
Yes.
So some of you lost minions. We unfortunately lost the Rat Queen.
We did lose the Rat Queen.
But you have
We
emerged
will
victorious,
bring another,
and
yes.
all of their loot dropped. So you guys each get a loot roll as 4
Nice.
items dropped.
And what happens if we lose with the animals? Because, like, if they get through the lock, it's just back next time. So, if she died,
Is the room just gone? We have to start over in that room?
Well-
So next downtime,
Yeah.
a new monster will just join that room.
Okay.
I assume they always have like a new rat queen.
Yeah,
Coming up.
they will elect a new Rat Queen over the next
Okay.
the next downtime.
And now you're gonna have to teach that one to speak.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, that's an option. Maybe you could summon a Ghost Rat Queen. Which
I
would
love
have
that.
the previous knowledge as a downtime action or something.
Yeah, that's a great.
it's a downtime action. We should make all of the cults ritual up a different section of the
Oh, you
new
know.
Rat Queen, and then fuse it together.
I love that idea, and I also forgot the imps to take a downtime action.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna roll for it.
Do we have to see how happy they are with the dungeon?
We will in a second.
Okay.
Yes, I am going to.
They were already preparing to make a new Rat Queen.
Does anyone? Yeah, they were exactly. They were prepared. Does anyone want to donate a resource to this? I'll allow anyone to donate dark hearts,
I'll
gold.
donate a dark heart.
Me too.
All right. So I'm up to 3 dice.
Yeah. What if we get a rat Hecate? We
Yeah,
have
I'll
3
donate a
rat
dark
queens
heart
that
to
are
my,
just 1 heart.
4 dice. Big pool.
They can tell the future and also the past.
All right.
I can tell the past.
That is a critical.
Woo!
So
Steph, I need you to draw 4 cults worth of rat.
I think the Rat Queen gets upgraded to a tier 2. She doesn't
Nice.
just come back. She is now the Ghost Rat Queen, a tier 2 monster in your den. And yeah, she is now A, a ghost, and B, brings back knowledge of the afterlife with her and can talk still, like she did before.
Nice.
Awesome.
So you now have the Ghost Rat Queen matriarch who presides over. She is now the new deity of all 4 cults.
Well, that solves that problem.
and they are all essentially just different sects of the same
Yeah.
Rat Queen
She
cult.
died for our sins. No, she didn't ask her. Like, she died because some assholes stabbed her. The sects.
Nice,
war
thank you.
from.
The Angel Queen.
Incredible.
the Arc Rat Queen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, very good. So we had a lot of resources there, which meant
Yes.
the critical happened, which is very good. So now we double check. Well, first of all, there are 4 pieces of loot that dropped because of the adventurers.
6.
6, perfect. So if each of you wants to roll another loot die as well, you may.
1.
So you get a dark heart.
Sure, rolled a good one.
2.
Dark heart, dark heart.
So we basically just
Oh, I
get
get it.
given back our dark
Yes.
cards that we just spent. Yes, there we go.
I didn't spend any, and I got a 6.
Well, yes.
A 6, yes. I am double checking.
Is that I don't know if I fully understood. Or were we supposed to roll 2 dice because there was treasure, or is that
Just
just
one
we each
die.
get to roll one?
Yeah,
die?
yeah.
Okay.
You just
Okay.
got an extra treasure from
Gotcha.
them, getting here. Where was the loot roll table here? I think a 6 is pretty good, but I can't remember. Ah, yes. Okay, so a success. You do get 1 valuable item of your choice here. Obviously, there are 4 items there. If you want to take one of those as your pick, you could. And then the others, you all squandered on partying.
Yeah.
Selling them for gold and trading for booze and all that.
Which
Over
one
the
has to
4
leave
items?
shit on it?
There was a big great sword which had a little bit of shit on it. There was a bow that didn't have, I think, any shit on it. There was both robes had a lot of shit on them.
What about what they threw in the fountain?
They threw in the fountain was gone forever.
We don't go down there.
We don't go down there.
I'll
so.
take one of the robes. I'll take the green robe.
So
You won't take shit.
yeah, you rolled a 1.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought that was in addition to what we were rolling.
No.
No, you and I, you took the green robe, I took the celestial robe, and we went gambling with it,
Yes,
basically.
your
Yeah.
monsters were unable to avoid your vices, and you traded away this new loot. You were like, "What is this? A big great sword? I already got a good axe," and you just went and
Yep.
gambled it away.
Doesn't look like a very great sword to me.
Yeah, you like you could bring your great sword and gamble and maybe come
I
back with 2
require
great
1
swords.
chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this.
I suppose I'll take the bow.
All right.
Now you can use
And-
the bow to shoot the gun.
No, I'm going to mount it on our dragon.
Ah,
I like that. So that sounds
Gonna
like
laser blast our
You know,
enemies from
Not like a front main gun, like a Vietnam chopper gunner side thing.
I like that. I think that'll be a tier 1 downtime action to do that. So it can be done in 1 action. Do you have any gold for your minions to just do some quick mechanic work?
Because our dragonfly is like, it's going to be very hard for whoever's on it.
gyroscopically stabilize it
Probably.
by
but I
putting
don't
like
know
4
how.
imps, like strapping their feet to a ring and strapping their hands to the.
I just strap cats all over it because the
Yeah.
cats always
if
go
we
down.
cut up the celestial robe, then we can paste the different images and make it a celestial dragon.
No, it's covered in shit.
Well, they can be washed. We're in a lake.
We're also kobolds. We don't wash.
Then it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah, I throw money at them to strap this
Excellent.
bow gun that fires, I guess, big magic arrows.
Yeah, so I was gonna say you basically got a laser bow. So you strap that onto your dragon, and it now essentially has laser breath, I guess. And like you just mount it up inside its mouth. There's like a lever you can pull inside that pulls the bow back, and its jaw
Gives us
drops.
more options for how we approach scenarios.
You can fly down over places and just do a death laser along the ground.
Do a smog sweep and then
Sweet.
land.
Just like Helldivers.
Just like Helldivers.
Yeah.
Dragon divers.
Level 79.
Hell dragons.
Hell dragons. So that was downtime. That was all of that. I did the imps downtime action, and yes, now I review the dungeon logic. So your imps were definitely happier to be, or your minions rather, were definitely happier to be up closer to the front,
Yeah.
especially with most of them being behind the Rat Queen or with the Rat Queen. They felt like they were more powerful than the Rat Queen, so they wanted to be farther back. So that was good. They approved of that. The dungeon went, I mean, you were successful and you even brought back the Rat Queen after, so I think they are extremely happy with how that went. So, we're going to roll dungeon logic. That is a 5 at max. So,
go, imps.
Unfortunately, that is not a great result, but it is a fine result.
It's like the fine sword I gambled away.
Yes. So, your minions, your dungeon does suffer a minor calamity. And I think in this case, the calamity is actually not so much tied to your imps and your minions and how they're feeling, but
A lot of poop everywhere.
yeah. Your minions are just so happy and they're reveling in all of your vices and joining in the parties. They're organizing their new church and all this fun stuff. It's all great. And so they left a piece of mail outside the front of your dungeon for quite a bit of time.
Oh, no.
Just a sealed envelope sort of tucked into the front door. Nobody went out to check on it. You've all just been partying. It's kind of gotten rained on a little bit. It's a little soggy. One of them finally walked out there and maybe just completely drunk and just pissing out the front door and noticed there's a letter on the ground, and so they wandered over and picked it up and brought it back to you all. And it is sealed with the seal of the UPS.
Oh no.
It has been sitting outside for who knows
We're
how long.
sorry we
His mail
missed you.
covered in piss. Vaguely threatening. Well, let's open it.
All right. So, you need to get. Or I guess Metal can read it.
Yes.
Yes, it's in the light tongue. So, yes, you unroll it, pull it out the.
This is
parcel,
meaning
and
this to
you
me.
pull it out to Metal. It's just gibberish. It doesn't mean anything. It's a little hard to decipher because it's been rained on and probably pissed on, and a lot of the ink is kind of run a little bit. But you managed to put it together that you think it's talking about the UPS is demanding taxes of all of you because you have not been paying your taxes in the region. They're okay with your business operating as long as you pay them their dues, and they have a date for when your taxes are due, and it is in 3 days' time from now, as you have wasted a bit of time on this deadline coming up. So you are to head to the UPS headquarters and bring with you the equivalent of essentially 6 gold.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yes.
They're gonna
So-
get a bag of flaming cold shit because
Yes.
we're about to do some tax evasion.
So, yes, you can absolutely evade the taxes. You can pay the taxes. However you want to deal with
Yeah.
the situation, it's up to you. But now there's this threat lingering over you that one of the most powerful factions in the realm wants you to pay them protection money and tax money.
Send another squad. I'll fucking shoot him in the face.
So let's
I am immune
Yeah.
to consequences.
let's say you're all down in your lair,
Yes.
reviewing this letter. How do you guys solve this problem?
So I know, out of character, this is a terrible idea. In character, we already kicked their butts, and now they're asking for us to pay them lots of money, or they're gonna try to kick our butts again. We already kicked their butts. We just kicked the butts of a whole bunch of ghosts. We're invincible. There is
Well,
nothing that
yes,
can
I mean,
hurt
we
us.
kicked the dragon's butts.
They kill us,
We
we
kicked
just
their
come
butts.
back as
We
ghosts.
kicked.
Yeah, I like the way Carpology does this. Carpology is going insane.
Oh, we say we fill dragon with poop, fly over them and just poop.
Flaming poop.
Yes, we
You
should
drop
do
the
it.
poop and you hit it with the
We'll
flaming
show
arrow.
them what we think of their demands.
I'm glad today's fight has filled Kobe with inspiration.
Several pieces of inspiration, it sounded like. We got the magic
Like-
teeth, the magic emergency
I'm
teeth.
not paying them any cents.
They were stupid enough to tell us that essentially it'll be coming. Well, then we'll just have to prepare. And then we'll send them a letter asking for taxation once when we've kicked the butts of their next pathetic little death squad.
Does it count as a raid if we shit on their house
I hope so.
and then just go home?
Yes, I guess. Yeah.
We don't have any
I
treasure
don't know
there.
if you'll get much treasure out of that, but yeah.
Yeah, but if we raid someone bigger than us, they go down a rank.
If you do what is like a pillaging raid on them, yeah. So
Yeah.
you'd have to take a lot of loot from them.
Gotcha.
Like when you did it to the Dragon Company, you took their statue.
Maybe we can shit on their regular house and then raid their storehouse.
I mean, how fast are they? Are they faster than our
Probably.
fast flying craft? Because what we could do is shit on their house and then act like we're going home, but we just wait until they launch their attack and then go in behind them, steal all their shit, and then fly over them and shit on them again and go home.
I don't know if we're that much faster than them.
It's literally a fast
Well,
plane.
we can
They have
fly, they either
planes.
have to go overland
Yeah.
or overland, and
You're
then across
assuming
the
that
water.
They might
All
have
of them will
flying
be
also.
leaving.
We don't know. They might just be able to teleport there. We don't know.
It did seem like they sent a boat last time.
We could- what we
However,
could-
that's nothing.
Well,
that
what we could
Carl
do
was
is wait for
thinking
the, go shit on them,
of. Yeah.
and then wait for them to launch their boat, and then sink their boat.
Yes, we can just laser. We could just keep launching back and forth and hitting their boat from the air over and over again.
I think they can probably shoot up.
Probably. We're good.
Well, aren't we
There's
armored though?
nothing. Are we
Yeah.
armored? Yeah.
But they're tier 4.
They can. They'll probably have another great sword summoning ghost. Will just like shoot great swords
As
up at
far
us.
as we know, we're the only flying craft. Has anybody
There is
developed
nobody else.
anti-aircraft technology?
Well, that and the ghosts came from the B&B. They didn't come from the.
Right.
I'd say that yeah, that's probably fair. I mean, dragons fly around.
Yeah,
That
is true.
Yeah, you as
and
far
I
as you
mean,
know.
and the dragons are clearly afraid of us because they've never come to bother with us at all.
What if we go shit on them and make it look like it was the dragons?
It will look
Leave
exactly
the other
like
half
a
of the
giant
sword.
dragon.
We just have to really, really dress up the car this time. And it's like, what mechanical device shits? It's clearly a real dragon.
But don't we want them to know it's from us?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
What we
Yeah.
want to do is distract them. So if we make them attack the dragon commune,
No, I
and
think
then
we
go
wanna
in while their
completely
forces are
disrespect
around.
No, there's some merit to that.
Because we want to raid them, and if we
We-
get rid of their biggest fighters because they're off messing with the dragons because they got pooped on.
Yeah.
If our taxes are due, are the dragons' taxes due also? We can make it look like the dragons are trying to evade their taxes.
Dragons probably just pay their taxes. They probably know better, and the UTS probably knows the.
They
truth.
probably also do drugs and cause havoc a lot, like accidentally BMing all over someone's house.
It's possible.
Well, even if we try to make it seem like it's us, they may very well think it's the dragons anyway.
Yeah, so the plan would be to make our car look like a dragon better, and then poop on them, wait for them to leave to attack us or the dragons, then go in and take all of their shit,
Not that kind of shit.
The figure
Yeah.
and shit.
and then go home before they kill us.
I like it.
That's flawless.
We're fast, we can pull that off.
Yeah, I think we should plan for that.
I mean, we are good at going in and getting back out again.
It's a terrible plan.
Yes.
Well, yes, but even if they come to beat it, come to try and fight us, we just kick their ass
So the
anyway.
plan is to go to the most powerful mafia in the realm,
Yes.
Shit on them.
take a shit on their doorstep,
Yes.
and then just come back home.
Well, no, wait to see them launch their attack,
I see.
Yeah, we're not
raid
going
their
home.
building of treasure,
Right.
and then go home.
Then go.
So
Yes.
even more risky.
Yes. Yes.
We're assuming that they've all left in retaliation.
Even though they only ever send 4.
Yes.
So far. I mean,
Well,
that may have been their only 4 people. They
we'll
may have
deal
left
with-
that letter when they came the first time.
We can deal with the question of whether they have more than 4 people later.
How do we level up again?
Leveling up your dungeon.
Yeah.
You complete a pillaging raid, which you have to do a setup for. You've so far kind of been setting that up against the company, in that you've been doing a lot of this setup to go in, get the company's tools and things, or
Yeah.
make them an ally that can provide you tools, and then that will reduce the company's rank, and your rank will go up by 1 when you accomplish that. And that'll also give you the mine shaft finally.
Yes.
That would be a bunch of benefits to get that done. Yeah.
We may not survive to that point.
No.
I tell you what, we'll let the tax evasion just go. We'll just not pay, and when they attack us again, then we'll shit on them. That'll give us time to do all the other things we need to do.
I think that's a good
So we'll
compromise.
leave before they arrive.
No, we just won't.
We'll just ignore them completely until they send another death squad, and then we'll just kick the death squad in the dick.
Yeah, we're going to act like they matter so little we're not even going to tell them we don't plan on
I
paying
like that even
taxes.
better.
Can we send them a note that says, like, just your note has been received?
Just
and nothing more?
send
just
them the
says
Soak
red.
note back. Just-
That would be incredible.
Just red is pretty good.
We'll just write refused on it and send, ghostly, version number 753 over there.
Send them
Back
an
to
invoice.
deliver it.
Just like a red at 7:03 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
What if we send a letter
Something,
back that
something.
just says, "We don't speak the light tongue, you idiot"?
Nice.
Just a bunch of question marks.
We write it in the dark tongue, so they have to find a way to get it translated. We format it like a check, and it just says, "We don't speak your language." $0.
$0 to the account of we don't speak your language.
Yes.
So are we going with this plan? Or are you gonna delay that and go for the company plan and just let the UPS not care for now?
I'd like to just send the pistol letter back, and
Okay.
continue with the company.
return to sender.
Yep.
All right.
What if we just send them back their letter?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what
the,
I'm
the
suggesting.
piss-soaked letter that they sent. Just
Yeah,
send
but
it
covered
back.
in poop.
I think it might be just as a result of everything that just happened.
Or do we send them back a letter demanding they pay us 6 gold?
What if we send them back a letter saying that it wasn't delivered? Knowing full well that they hand delivered it, we can make it look like the delivery service messed up.
I don't know
Sorry
that we have.
missed you.
I don't
They
know that
are
we
the
have the
UPS.
resources to do that.
What's-
Whatever the nuances are, I want to send the letter back. Whatever, if we decide to add to it or whatever, I just would like to
Do they
send
have
it back
postal
over.
service from Carptown to UPS?
No. Oh, from Carptown, yes. Not from your place. It was probably hand delivered, but
So we just have to go across the water,
Yeah,
bring it back to them.
we're already
I'm sure our
partying.
friend over there, whatever the hell his
We
name
gotta go on a
was,
booze run anyway.
there, Gilly Bateman, I'm sure
Yeah.
he can make sure the letter gets delivered.
Yeah. Our poor janitor's having a long first day on the job.
Listen, they eat the gunk off the floor.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
hopefully it
Unfortunate.
being spiced with ghost helps, but... Yeah.
Alright.
It's a bad day for that janitor.
I think we should
So-
just cleanse everything with fire.
Burn it down, build a new.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
So anyone opposed to the plan of sending their letter back?
I kind of like to, fly over them and pull
Next
on,
time.
but
Well, we can still do that.
okay, fine.
Alright.
Do you want to do that right now? This could be a power struggle. That's up to you.
No, I'm not gonna fight over it. I just
Okay.
like that idea.
All right, we'll get to that one next time. So, maybe you send a minion off to deliver that, or are you just going to Carptown anyways? Because you
I'm fresh out of minions.
true.
They had to go gamble away those weapons.
Well, this is
True. While you were there gambling away the weapons, that's when you deliver the letter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so, yes, Gilly Bateman. Yes, we'll make sure that gets done.
What if we write on the envelope, "Sorry we missed you," parentheses, threatening?
Do it if you want to. I'm not gonna stop you.
I do it in dark tongue.
It's like serial killer Dark Tongue, though, like cutout magazine letters.
Yes. I think it's just regular dark stuff.
It sounds like that when spoken.
You have to draw the outside of the letters you would have
There's-
cut out.
There's a reason our understanding of light tongue is like a word bank, because that's just our normal method of communication.
That makes sense.
Kneecaps.
So you send a letter back, and that'll come back eventually, I'm sure. You'll have some consequences for that.
Yes. Yes, we will.
So what's your plan for tackling the company then?
Well, once the kingpins have had their run of it, when we oust the human scum and install our puppet leader,
Yeah. So do we need to just roll? Do we need to gather all of our personnel and just plan to go and banter at them a lot?
I think they're already doing that. That's what the sect guy was for.
Yeah.
I think we mostly just had to wait until they did all of the things and then show up and
Just pick up our equipment
just be like,
and hope they're not gonna screw us.
yep. That was it.
Yeah. All right, then our plan is to load everything in and effectively do a negotiation with our own people there. and assume that we're gonna be taking equipment back with us. Are we gonna need the boat for that?
Let's go with the boat. I don't want to load the dragon with a bunch
Yeah.
of fucking mighty
Oh,
equipment.
they're up on top of the cliff, aren't they?
They are. So the boat might be kind
Gotcha.
We're probably going to have to load it into the dragon.
Yeah,
Just slide the
have the
stuff down the
dragon
hill into the boat.
carry the boat
Yeah.
farther up the river and just have the boat come down the river. Then you can just ride the waterfall boat.
I am convinced they have a way to get up there and back down. Otherwise, the company literally just mines that spot for themselves for no trade.
Do we have any intelligence of how you would get up and down? Because we took the dragon last time.
Carptown people work there. They probably don't swim up the waterfall.
They're really jacked cart people.
You have to be
Yeah.
miners.
When you do it enough times, you turn into a dragon, and that's how we get the dragon commune.
They have like
I don't
the
think
stairs
that
they
is
put in for
fucking
salmon.
Magikarp logic.
Perhaps they have a waterfall powered elevator.
Yeah.
Like there's a water wheel on the waterfall that powers a big like rope elevator. Not like a nice fancy elevator, but just like a
Enough
a
for like
shifting
people
platform.
to go up and down, but not enough for us to bring our.
it's like a cargo elevator, right? Like you
Oh
can
yes,
put
but then we can bring
Okay.
the equipment down to the boat.
Okay, so let's send the boat then. Go up ourselves and send the equipment down.
We'll go up ourselves with all our minions with the plan to negotiate and
What
lift crap.
minions?
Yeah.
I had mine.
A little shorter on minions.
And probably have to renegotiate our contract with the mafiosos that we set up
Probably.
with.
We'll deal with that when we get to it.
So, what kind of raid does that turn into? Like a
Well, our approach is negotiation.
So do you have our minions back again or not?
I assume, I don't know at what point that happens.
Our next downtime, I think.
yeah, you won't
So
have
after
them
this
time.
next raid.
Okay. So you and I won't have minions this time, right?
Yeah, so a negotiation raid is you're going to talk it out, tell lies, or offer something to get what you want.
Yeah.
Spilling as little blood as possible.
Yeah. I think that
Questions?
sounds
Oh yeah,
accurate.
that sounds like us.
So yeah, very much so.
Remember, the original plan is to steal the entire faction. We're just doing it through intermediaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, you're trying to replace the leadership of the faction essentially, so you can start siphoning supplies from them.
With a puppet leadership.
Exactly. So, the
Careful,
meeting
keep
spot
us on
is the company. That
This
makes
is some
sense.
CIA shit.
It is. What are you offering? You're offering them a new leadership structure, I guess, right? You're trying to convince them that a new
Yes.
leadership structure is what they want.
We
Yeah, I
have-
think we were going to incite racism or something.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
sorts of fun
And
things.
kick out
Yeah.
the humans out of this equation.
We are offering a better status quo.
We wanted to make them have something
Quote,
they
quote.
wanted to fight about, and then offer the solution.
Yes.
So we had to cause the problem of there's inequality. There wasn't, but we're
Yeah.
going to say there is.
Uh-huh.
And then Bateman was going to use the carp workers that are already there to further that. We're basically just going to racially shift it into being mostly him and Lobster's people.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Lobster was going to come down as the union rep and be like, well, we need new leadership in that we need leadership. And then he was going to become the leader.
Yes,
Yeah.
basically. That sounds like the plan.
Okay.
So the last question for a negotiation raid is, are you there in good faith? And I think it sounds like the answer is no.
No, we are
No,
not.
no.
No, absolutely.
We're pretending to be.
We're just here for the mining equipment.
Yeah.
We are pretending to be in good faith and will be in good faith once the leadership changes.
Potentially.
So you guys have done a lot of setup for this raid at this point.
Yes.
You've gone on multiple raids to help work it all out. You've gotten allies on your side. You've acquired different materials and bits of equipment to help you. So I'm going to give you 3 dice for this engagement roll. The maximum allowed to give. And that is a full success. That is a 6.
That's a
Huzzah!
Nobody betrayed us in the lead up to this, hopefully.
So, we see all of you on your barge, your tied together ships, coming down, or actually probably rising up the waterfall elevator onto the river and traveling upriver towards the company. We can see in the distance on the shore as you approach the company, all of the people gathered, and you can say they are vast majority carp and crab people there. And you can see,
And a couple of very like out of place, worried looking humans.
yeah, a couple of scattered humans, and there is the Lob Father towers over everyone, and he is sitting on some kind of a stage. As you approach to get these negotiations started, that's where we'll cut off for this evening, and pick up from there next time. But we should do XP questions. So,
Progress. No, I just kind of got attacked. Jumped into someone else's scene. We never do that.
Did I jump into? I can never remember your character's name. I'm sorry.
Gladys.
Gladys. Did I jump into Gladys's scene?
yes, because you helped with the cheese. So yes, that was some cooperation. You get an XP for that.
I did act like a monster, I think.
Yeah, peeling ectoplasm off the wall and eating it, definitely, that's acting like a monster.
It's the shit cyclone, not monster.
That's very monster.
Okay.
That's
I don't think I
monster.
used any of my gear in a creative way. I think I just used it in a very.
Yeah, I just
evil way.
shot them.
so-
But did telling them the depressing nature of their existence count as monstery?
That was very
Because I know
monster.
that's monstery as a human.
Yeah,
But I don't know
okay.
if it's monster.
I think that counts.
It's psychological horror monster.
Nobody really got bloodied or feral this session, so we don't
I mean,
need that.
you very much the manga monster. So
Oh, that's so up.
Alright,
boy.
good stuff. Thank you all for playing.
thank you very much for running.
We'll finish up a couple minutes early.